Airports bracing for a surge of travelers during the Thanksgiving holiday. TSA expects agents to screen about 20 million passengers. That's more than double the number last year. But for context, TSA screened more than 26 million during the same period in 2019. Still, flight attendants warn the jump could lead to an increase in bad behavior on commercial flights. The FAA has reported more than 5,000 cases of unruly passengers so far this year. Of those, more than 70% of incidents were from passengers who refused to wear masks. Sarah Nelson now, president of the Association of Flight Attendants, which represents about 50,000 flight attendants. Sarah, welcome. And this has obviously been a big problem during the pandemic. How are flight attendants preparing for the holidays?
Well, we're preparing to do our job, Kelly. While everything else may be up, airline prices are down, and lots of people are planning to travel, and they can't wait to meet their families as they've been getting vaccinated and able to get back together. So flight attendants are preparing to do our jobs by working through our unions with the airlines to negotiate incentives to go to work. Because airlines were staffing flights based on the assumption that people would work overtime hours like they did pre-pandemic. Today, with the concerns around coronavirus and the concerns around the conflict at work, people are just not picking up those overtime hours at the same rate. So while we have more flight attendants on staff than we had pre-pandemic, if you compare it with flight hours, people are just not willing to work as much. And we needed to negotiate those incentives in order to make sure that we could cover the flights.
You know, my mom was a flight attendant back in the day for Braniff, and she said they were always taught when it came to dealing with passengers, kill them with kindness. Does that still work given what you're facing with the violence we've seen on flights this year and the mask issues? How are flight attendants being trained to handle this?
Kelly, we are trained in de-escalation, and flight attendants are quite adept at it. And in fact, most flights don't make it on the evening news. So you can expect, in most cases, it's going to be a safe, efficient flight. But we are really encouraging passengers to bring their kindness. Our de-escalation skills range from kindness and cajoling, asking people to help out, to giving very clear and forceful demands when we have to. And we really do encourage passengers to look up, be helpers, be good witnesses. Don't jump into conflict yourself. Let flight attendants know so we can get to the problem as soon as possible, and only get involved if you see imminent danger. Otherwise, we will instruct you what to do to help. And hopefully we can keep the temperatures down if we all come and pack our patience and practice a little kindness with each other.
Do you feel that your flight attendants are protected? Is enough being done?
We have to do a lot more, but I will tell you, there are clear announcements from the cockpit, in the gate, signage around the airports because of the work of our union. The FAA has been very clear that they have handed out more fines than in any other year, to the tunes of millions of dollars. And passengers are now being prosecuted by the DOJ. Now, this hasn't fully settled in to create enough of a deterrent, but we do have people on full alert and everyone engaged in working on this. And that is a big change. And that has been a result of flight attendants calling for help and asking for specific, clear communications throughout the entire airport process on board the plane. That has made a difference. And I will tell you, even though the events haven't gone down with this small number of people who are causing problems for everyone, what we have seen is a rise in people wanting to be helpful, a rise in people saying thank you, practicing kindness, and that has made all the difference.
Absolutely, and we hope these more violent events start to wane. Sarah Nelson tonight. Sarah, thanks.